second of our third questions really relates to, I guess you could call it threat analysis. Our readers were interested in understanding the current causes of delays in terms of time to market, and maybe some of the solutions to those. And more importantly, as the markets, as the manufacturing markets recover, how those causes are going to evolve over time. So what should our readers be looking out for, things that might trip them up in terms of their speed of product to market?
Well, I think talking about markets recovering, I'm thinking the market's never going to recover. I think that it's only going to get worse. I think if you look at, we're always going to have erratic business cycles. We're always going to have shortages. We're always going to have earthquakes. We'll probably always have wars. 20 years of software development doesn't really put us much closer to understanding what our needs are in real time. If you look at our manufacturers, they're all focused on emerging geographies and emerging opportunities, emerging technologies. If you walk around the show, everybody's got an electric car connector and a windmill connector and a solar energy connector. So the manufacturer's focused in a different place. The public companies are balance sheet constrained. They can no longer hold the inventory to support the supply chain. They have to raise their MOQs. They have to reduce the number of customer engagements they have. They've got to have less engineering support in the field. So when you sort of add that all up, I think that the logical solution is to embrace distribution in terms of being able to give this skillful and nimble response that I talked about earlier. And I guess I would qualify that and say you need to have someone skillful enough to help you move through the design cycle more quickly, and you need to be nimble enough to have a supply chain solution that really will fit a real-world application.
From future's point of view, I think we need to exclude things like the financial crisis we had at the end of 2008, where just everybody's being very careful in what they want to spend their money on. I think our job as a solutions provider is to find applications and markets which are the markets of the future. So as an example is lighting solutions. If you walk around here through some of the halls, there's so many people offering LEDs now, which 2 years ago you maybe saw half of that. Future lighting solutions started 7 years ago. We started to promote lighting solutions well ahead of many others, and we actually helped customers to find markets and develop applications, which led to a win-win situation. The customer won because they could find end customers for their applications, and we won because we helped them and eventually provided a total solution for them. So I think the job of distribution is becoming more complex, and I admit it's not easy. We have to find markets and applications which will be there not only next quarter, but in the next 2, 3, 4 years. So next to lighting solutions, there's energy solutions. Many people talk now about smart metering, talking about solar energy, etc., etc. So I think our job is there to help the customers to go into markets of the future. And then our job is to help them, as we discussed before, with all the design support, with the applications, etc., etc. Thank you.
So, in answer to your question on allocation, I wish I had the answer. Actually, if I had the answer, I wouldn't be sitting on this stage at the moment, because we've gone through so much boom bust, and it's like winning on the lottery. But I think the overall solution, so part of it is what Martin referred to in terms of smart design in new technologies of tomorrow. But I go back to my earlier answer. I think it's driven by options. It's driven by the ability to not be focused on one specific connector, one specific flash FPGA. You as a customer, as a design engineer, are looking for options. And if you want to avoid the allocation, you have to go to sources where you have more than one option. So in the current cycle time of allocation, we have met most of our customer requirements for two reasons. One, because we offer a wide number of options, but secondly, we're not driving volume. So as opposed to my colleague on my left who drives predominantly down a volume route, we are servicing small volume demand, and we're interested in seeding that demand for the future. So we are widening the options, widening the design cycle, and giving customers greater accessibility to a greater range of parts for a greater number of solutions. And I think that ultimately avoids some of the cyclical problems that we've faced as an industry, where we've all gone down one design path.